Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Unfiltered Grapevine. This is Jay.
This is A.
And today I learned how to use the system.
Woohoo!
And got an introductory music to our episode.
And I'm dancing to it.
And she's dancing. Welcome, everybody. Today's episode is another free-for-all.
Yes, why not?
Because we have really no topic we can figure out to be the subject of this episode. So it's going to be...
Whatever the heck we talk about.
It's going to be Mr. Random. We'll just call it Random.
Okay. Mr. Random. How I like my men. Just kidding.
That is for a whole nother episode. And
that is not something that's going to be discussed. So there is that.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay.
That is for a whole nother episode with a guest therapist as a speaker on the show.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of different sessions there.
Oh, that's going to be a whole series of new episodes at a whole new channel.
Oh my gosh. That's not true. I don't like my men random. That's not true at all.
You just randomly pick your men.
I do, actually. That is a true statement. So hold on. Wait. That makes me sound like a sleazeball. Not true. Not true at all. I do not sleep around. I have never slept with anybody on a first date.
I never said that. I did not imply that.
I'm sure you didn't imply it, but for those out there listening, I want to be clear that is not true. And what he means by random, I'm going to clarify, because I think we mentioned it in a previous episode. I don't choose, the men that I choose aren't, that sounds terrible. When I'm attracted to an individual, to a man, they don't always look the same, but they have to have a quality. You can be attractive, but I might not be attracted to you, because if you don't have a brain cell, I don't care how good looking you are, you will be quickly dismissed. Bye-bye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Remind me to go back to that topic.
Okay. So mine is really an energy thing. I need to feel, not feel them.
You need to
physically.
Yes,
I need to feel the energy.
You need to feel the energy and the chemistry.
Yes.
To its extent.
Yes.
To know that if there's going to be anything, there's that kind of connection.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I could have said that like way better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So yes, I agree with that, and I've had similar situations with.
All of your women look exactly the same.
You didn't let me finish.
They are literally paper cuts of each other.
They do very much look like they could all be sisters. Yes.
Yes. Meanwhile, mine, no.
Yeah. It is what it is. So,
yes.
Rewind.
Yes.
Rewind to the weakest link. The other day, I watched a special of Doctor Who cast members playing the British version of the weakest link.
That is amazing.
So it was Bowman, who was from Torchwood.
Yes, I remember him.
And Jack.
He's hilarious.
He's very funny.
Yes.
It was Mickey. That was
which one's Mickey?
Rose Tyler's original boyfriend before she met the doctor.
Yes. Okay.
He was there. David Tennant was there.
Of course.
Rose's mom, the actress,
yes, I remember.
She was there. Couple of guest star characters as well, people that were part of Torchwood or Unit and stuff like that.
I still need to watch Torchwood. I haven't watched it yet.
And K9, the dog, the doctor's companion.
Oh, yes.
Robotic dog.
From a long time ago.
Yes, and he appeared, they brought him back a little bit because of the Sarah Jane series and all that. So they were all there as contestants playing the weakest link.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, the hostess of the show is very straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
Tight-lipped, So the interactions between the actors with her was absolutely hilarious.
Was that on YouTube?
It was on YouTube.
I have to watch this.
Yes. It was
They make me laugh.
It was absolutely hilarious. Following that, and going back to a previous episode when we were talking about the Graham Norton show.
Oh, yes.
Graham Norton had a clip where he had both David Tennant and Matt Smith. And it was, I guess, a local Doctor Who convention in the same time of the show being recorded.
Oh, cool.
So they had brought people on to meet up with, to ask questions about the show. So they were there. They were going to the red seat from the Graham Norton show to talk. And they would just hit the lever and just let them fall.
That is one of my favorite things.
You know,
just like, nope.
hold on. One woman came in dressed up as a full Dalek suit. And as soon as she sat down, Matt Smith just hit the trigger and she felt that she didn't even get to say a word. Then another guy shows up who was from California, actually. So he obviously flew from the U.S. to London. And was like...
I mean, who doesn't want to do that just to be on the Graham Norton show?
He was there for the convention.
Obviously, yes.
But his goal was to get everybody's autograph on his arm to be tattooed.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird. But...
No judgment.
So the only one he never got was David Tennant's. So he wanted to get David Tennant's autograph while he was on the show.
David Tennant totally hit that buzzer, didn't he?
No. Graham Norton was like, oh, okay, let the staff, we're going to welcome in. But he said, Matt Smith was like, I recognize you. And he goes, yes, I came up to you at the hotel asking for your autograph. And he says, yeah, I was drunk.
Matt Smith was drunk?
Matt Smith was drunk.
That's awesome.
So you saw that interaction. They did bring him on stage.
I love how honest that is.
Yeah, and Matt Smith says, well, good to see you again. And then he opened up his arm and David Tennant signed with a Sharpie on his arm.
That's awesome.
So that he could then... But the woman that was the Dalek is the guy's wife.
That's hilarious.
It was absolutely... Because he was like...
I mean, those are fans.
Yeah. Well, they go like this because they're talking to him. This is like this, you're not married, are you? This is, no, the Dalek's my wife. And then he goes, no shit.
Wait, hold on. You're saying Dalek. Is it? I thought it was Dalek.
Dalek.
Yeah, D-A-L-E-K.
Yeah,
okay.
Dalek.
Okay. I mean, did you become Irish or Dalek? And what happened?
Exterminate.
I love it. Those things were really creepy.
I have a little one.
No.
I have a little statue.
Let me tell you, if those things were, I think robots just freak me out. Overall. Okay, we're not going to talk about robots anymore.
Well,
I'm sorry I brought it up. I apologize.
Okay.
I guess robots and clowns creep me out. God.
Okay, clowns was a reference to the past episode. I
was going to bring up something. I forgot what it was.
Which is worse? Going back to the Doctor Who. Daleks or Cybermen?
Oh, Cybermen. Although, oh my gosh, that's tricky for me because no, Cybermen. Cybermen for sure. Because somewhere along the lines, later on, the Daleks did recognize that there was good in them. Much later, and that was with the 11th Doctor. With Matt Smith. Doctor.
Actually, it was only one Dalek that did that. Everybody else was still...
True, but that means if you can touch one person or one Dalek, then that means that there is a potential to really reach out to others, right? Well, because they were able to reach to the and I don't even think it was Matt Smith's character that did it. It was his I forget the girl.
Well, actually, no. I think I know which episode you're leaning towards. It's not that it's the Dalek that really changed. It was Clara.
Clara, that's
because
who it was.
Clara was a Dalek when they first meet.
Oh.
Her conscience, as her character Claire Oswald, was.
I have to go watch it.
They were on the planet, and it was like a Dalek cemetery or something
What
like
was
that.
she? She's the girl.
The Impossible Girl.
The Impossible Girl. That's what it was.
Yeah. So she was always in his timeline because of a future episode where she jumps into his life.
So if she was all the more reason. If she was a Dalek, then
well, in this certain timeline, she is in this period of history. She was converted by the Daleks and made into a Dalek, but she consciously did not realize that.
Yeah.
She still thought she was on a ship and Dana was there. So that's when she first gets introduced, as while it was still Amy Pond and Rory as the companions.
Yeah.
But she's introduced as this one character.
yeah, before
Then they leave, and then she's reintroduced
later on,
as the
next companion.
it's the next commit, but she's introduced again as a governess in the Victorian age.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, we really gotten off topic. So we're totally geeking out.
Well, this is ending up becoming a Doctor Who episode for some
No.
reason.
We're gonna stop talking about Doctor Who. I promise, because we're totally geeking out.
But that's where her character then he realizes, wait a minute, I know her. Why is she always now coming in my life?
Yeah.
And then he goes back and finds
and figures out that it's that.
He starts
I have to watch
getting involved with her then, and she becomes his companion in modern day period, which was in the early 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they end up then going on the adventure together, and then he realizes that
she was a good companion.
that was the Impossible Girl and all that stuff. Oh, I loved Claire Oswald.
You know what?
Again,
this is just such a good show.
Just again, you know my type. She fit that mold.
You know what? That is a very good
She
point.
fit that mold.
I hadn't put two and two together.
Yeah,
so.
I fanboy for Jenna Coleman.
Oh, is that her name?
That's her real name. Yes.
Sorry, I don't know people's names.
Yes.
Sorry.
So yes.
I do know some names. That's not just so. I do know some names. But
So Jenna Coleman, if you're out there, know that you have my crush.
Aww. That's so sweet. Oh. What other celebrities have you crushed on?
Oh, I used to have a top 10 list.
Oh my God.
I did.
I can't say that I have, but go ahead. I want to hear your top 10. This is really not where we were going to go, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here.
Well, the one that's been top of my list for the last 5-6 years has been Cody DePablo, who played Ziva David on NCIS.
Yes.
She has been
Who's Colombian?
Chilean.
Oh, she's Chilean.
She's originally from Chile, but grew up in Miami.
Really?
Yes, which is
what do I know? I don't know anything.
Well, of course, I just learned pop cultural stuff, and I see biographies and all that. But yes, she grew up in Miami during the time that we lived in Miami.
No kidding.
And I was like,
is she our age?
She is, yeah. She's actually your age.
Oh, okay.
So I could have been dating her in the early years.
Yay, Ziva!
So she is top of my list.
I didn't realize she was Chilean.
So the others who have been on my list on and off at different periods of time, Danica Patrick, who I did get to meet one time and get her autograph, which was cool. Jenna Coleman. Let's see, Rachel Lee Cook. Who?
She's all that.
She's all that. Lacey Chabert. Danica McKellar.
Do you see how it's all the same type of person? Dark hair, petite, small, all his type.
Yep. There was a model named Katya that I
remember, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to meet her in person, actually.
What other celebrity?
Let's see.
Excuse me.
I'm drawing a blank now on some of these names of some of these people. One of the girls, I think it was Caroline on Sex and the City. Was that her name?
I never watched Sex and the City, so I couldn't tell you.
It was the
dark hair girl.
The dark hair girl.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what made me think of that.
Yeah, but it was, yeah.
I don't know her name. Kristen something.
Yes, I believe.
Oh, I pulled that out of my rear.
Yeah. So I've always found her pretty attractive. I'm trying to blank now on some other name. But if you obviously,
yeah, it's all the same type of person.
Yeah, there is a formula, kind of a visual formula to these people.
Yeah.
That do draw my attention.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I never had that list. I think maybe growing up in like in my teenage years, you know, obviously, you know, like New Kids on the Block, or, you know, like, you know, had crushes on them. But, and I had a huge crush on Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver.
Mm-hmm.
Huge crush on him. Not that he was, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good looking dude. I just liked how savvy he was. I really found him very savvy, but of course that's his character, not the person.
Right.
So I had a crush on MacGyver, not Richard Dean Anderson. But back then as a teenager, you know, you don't really know the difference because it's, everything is kind of, you know, you don't really put two and two together until much later on in life. And I think that's when I started realizing, well, I don't really have crushes on these people. Now, I can tell you that I have, like, people that I do find attractive, but not necessarily that I have a crush on.
Yeah.
So Michael Bublé was one of them. I say was. He is no longer. He hurt me. No, just kidding. He is not. I don't know the man.
But you had never gone to a concert until I did take you to one.
Yes, you did. I was your stand-in date because your the person you were supposed to go with was unable to come, and
so you decided.
So I was like, yeah.
So, and
who am I to pass by an opportunity?
Yeah, and got to experience.
And it was, and I'm not a big fan of his music.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael Bublé, wherever you are, I'm sure you're wonderful. But the concert itself was very, very entertaining. I mean, it's one of those things. It felt very old school Hollywood, and that made me, I don't know. It was just the ambiance as a whole that was really, it was chill.
Yeah,
it was very chill, and I really appreciated it.
And just to give it a little bit more context to this specific concert that we went to, it was actually his short-lived stay in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah, that's right.
So it was a lot more intimate setting than his normal arena concerts that he does.
And Frank Caliente was there.
And Frank Caliente was there and was present, and they got to do a little interaction together.
That was cool.
And
he was only a few rows back from us.
Yeah, he was just sitting right behind us, a couple rows to our left.
Yeah.
I had very, very good seats.
Yes, you did. Yeah, like fourth row?
Second row.
Second row? Okay.
Second row from the stage.
Yeah.
Even got a little eye contact with Michael where he kind of looked at me and was like making a face at me because I was doing something and he just like kind of mocked me as I was doing it. And I kind of was embarrassed because he actually saw me do it.
Okay. You know.
But I love watching him. I love it. I love his music, and you know I've gone to multiple of his shows.
Yes, that's
more than normal.
That is one of the different things about you and I. Like, we're very similar in a lot of different ways, but you like to do things over, like, a lot of times. Like, if you really like something, you do it over and over. Me, I'm like, no. The only thing I have that is consistent is my daily regimen. But other than that, I will not go to the same concerts over and over, like the same people over and over. I don't know why. That's really not my deal. I'm like, okay, I got it in my system. We're good. I won't watch a show over and over. I won't watch a movie over and over. I might watch it a second time, or let's say because I have a daughter and she wants to watch it. Like, we watched Frozen. I don't even know how many times when it was first out, but on my own. Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, let's watch Frozen just because it's so much fun. No, I mean, it was a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but that wasn't. But no, you like watching, like I watched like Linkin Park. Linkin Park, though, was a concert that I did want to see again, only because there was such a long span of time in between
the shows,
the each show, that I did want to see them, because I saw them when I was in my 30s.
Yeah,
and I was going to see them again in my 40s. I am in my 40s, but just before Chester.
Yeah, early 40s,
Yeah, or either I was late 30s or early 40s, just when Chester passed. And that news I took really hard, because it shocked the living crap out of me. It really, not that I took it hard, but and not like I cried or anything like that, but it was a shock to hear.
Yeah.
And
I had a similar shock with that instance with him, and as well with Robin Williams. It was that.
It isn't one that you really expected,
and not the way it actually occurred.
Yeah.
And both of them had similar situation of their passing.
Yeah. And I think it affected me just a little bit, only because I did meet him on my birthday while I was working at Walmart. Yeah. And he came up to the counter, and that's the only reason. And I felt so bad, because I had to go. I really had to go to the bathroom. Like, I needed to go pee so bad. And I'm like, I really want to sit here. And I don't like to interrupt people. So I didn't.
Yeah, you want to let them be normal. Be people, not the celebrity.
Yeah, so I had to excuse myself, because there is a bathroom inside the pharmacy. However, we are not allowed to use it. Only the pharmacist is, because you don't want them to steal and stuff like that. So I had to go. I had to exit, and I felt so bad, because I didn't want him to think that I was going to tell people that he was there.
Right.
But I really just had to go pee. He was there, and he was buying something over the counter. But anyways,
I've been fortunate to have some celebrity encounters at bars and stuff, and living in Nashville.
I remember you were telling us about that in one of the previous episodes.
So that's always been kind of cool. Yes, I am one to do things repetitively. I've seen.
Do you think that's the Capricorn in you?
Maybe, but if I enjoy something, because they're not always exactly identical. At least concert wise, they're not always exactly the same. A lot of the musics are rollover, but usually when the artist is touring, it's because of their new album or something like that. So you're going to hear more of that current music versus the older music.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little fresh.
Yeah.
But movie-wise, I can watch Star Wars hundreds of times. Trust me, I've watched it hundreds of times.
Yes.
I can watch Harry Potter hundreds of times.
I have to admit, that is a movie that I could watch. Yeah. And not like back to back to back to back, but that is a movie that I could watch. And I think that's because every time I watch it, I pick up something new.
Yeah. So,
because it's, even though it's a kid's movie, it's very deep.
The whole storyline is deep and has a lot of underground stuff. But that also, as I said, kind of leads with Star Wars, the original Star Wars specifically, is some of those tones, the hero's journey and all that, that mythology. I could watch Excalibur hundreds of times.
I don't know. But
that's basically the story of King Arthur.
Well, but I've never watched. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just hit the microphone.
I did the same thing.
Oh my gosh. I never watched the movie, so.
So there's several different movies that are about King Arthur, but Excalibur is like a 1980s cult classic. Yeah. That is just, I could see it multiple times.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just, we were talking about before we got, we always just take detours left and right. We were talking about celebrities, right?
Yes.
And ones that I found attractive. I'm so freaking corny. Gene Kelly.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Sorry, my mind just went that way. I don't know what made me think of it. And yes, Gene Kelly. So,
right.
I mean, if you look at one versus the other, let's say Richard Dean Anderson and Gene Kelly, and what was the other one I said? I already freaking forgot. Oh, Bublé, right? Not one thing in common.
No, multiple generations.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Because again, it has nothing to do with the person. It has to do with the characters that they play. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess with Bublé, it is him. It is him. He's
just crazy and corny and hilarious.
Mother of pearl! I just hit my knee. I'm so sorry. That hurt. Oh.
Welcome to our episode in our life, people.
Oh. That's gonna leave a bruise.
Yeah, and while you're talking, I'm trying to still remember names of the girls that I had on my list in the past, and I can hardly remember half of them anymore.
I really can't think of anybody else, really. I was watching yesterday on my YouTube feed, like Marvel stuff comes up. Mm-hmm. My daughter and I were watching
Hawkeye.
No. Like we like to laugh.
Okay.
So we'll watch like Fail Army and stuff like that on YouTube, and then we just like laughing.
Okay,
so we were watching like clips, like funny clips of Marvel.
Okay, so like blooper stuff and all that from the
bloopers, just them being silly, just things like that, and we were just laughing, being silly because we were watching, we were playing, we were having dinner, playing Uno, and watching YouTube.
Well, that's good quality mother-daughter time.
Exactly. So we were just being silly and we're laughing and we're not really paying attention to what it is we were doing. Actually, we weren't playing Uno. We were playing Farkle. Anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, Marvel. So we were watching stuff like that. And then yesterday, more Marvel stuff, popping, because that's just what happens when you watch one thing, things just start happening.
Yeah, the analytics start popping it up for you to see more and more of it.
Yes. And so I was watching one, and then I don't know, somewhere there was a Gilmore Girl one where, not bloopers, but there was it was Lorelai, Rory, and Emily Gilmore, right? The three,
yes. The three generations.
Yeah, the three generations of the Gilmore women. And I was watching them, and they were just so sweet. And then it was one of the host of the YouTube thing was like, you have to be one of the three, like you're on either one of the teams, and there's no in between. And I'm like, well, that's not true. I don't think that that's true, because I'm on team none of them. None of them. And all of them. Right? Because I don't think it was one boyfriend that made her Rory. I think they were all good for her at each time and helped her develop.
Ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, I think I watched maybe one episode of that entire series. Now, I used to watch a lot of shows from the WB back in the day.
I didn't know that was the only one I watched.
Yeah, see, I watched Dawson's Creek.
That's not true. I did watch Dawson's Creek.
And I watched...
an ex-boyfriend of mine looked like Pacey.
Charmed.
Oh, I did watch that too.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I did watch that too.
Angel.
I watched that too.
See, I
digress. My bad.
I caught her in a...
Whoopsies.
So...
It wasn't a true lie. It was a forgetful moment of aging.
One Tree Hill.
Nope.
That I liked.
No. I think I watched...
Speaking of One Tree Hill.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Sophia Bush.
Bethany Joe Lance. She was on my list.
But she's redhead. She's not...
She's not redhead. She's brunette.
Is she?
Yes.
Wait, which one's Bethany Joe? Isn't that the...
She was the wife of the young basketball player. Sophia Bush.
I got nothing.
Yes. Was because it was Sophia Bush.
Oh, good. I didn't pull that name out of my rear. Okay.
No. She was.
I love her voice.
Yes.
She's got a very pretty voice.
She was the
it's sultry
cheerleader. Mm-hmm. Then you had Peyton. You had the blonde
with the curly hair.
With the curly hair, and then
she was on Parenthood.
Yes, and then you have.
I thought about it at 2:00 in the morning. I was thinking about Parenthood. Go ahead,
and then you have Bethany Joe, who was the other girl.
I don't remember the other girl.
Yes,
I'll be honest with you.
So that was the trilogy of girls, and they are all now working on different Hallmark, Lifetime, and GAC films for the holidays.
Not GAC. Oh,
Great American Family.
Okay.
It kind of
country. Is it country or?
Well, it used to be Great American Country. Now it's Great American Family.
Okay. So GAF.
The GAF. They kind of they're rebranding the network.
Gotcha. Ow.
So they all do holiday films every year.
Oh, nice.
So yes, and they kind of have done a kind of road show together. The three of them, kind of like reminiscing and stuff. And
really?
Yeah, they're kind of doing a stage show.
Ah.
So it's actually I saw it on one of their Instagrams, social media accounts.
Nice.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode.
Yeah, we'll pick this one back up. This is part A of nonsense, and then part B of nonsense is going to come right after.
Yeah, part B will be in the next week or two. So thank you for listening to this. We appreciate it. And you all have a great day. Signing off, this is Jay.
This is A.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Unfiltered Grapevine. Please visit our website, unfilteredgrapevine.com, and become a Patreon member, or visit our merchandise shop and purchase one of our several products. Like and subscribe. We'll listen to you next time. Thanks again. Bye.